Hello, welcome to Video Games. I'm Machine Gun Joe, aka John Brown, your friendly neighborhood John Brown. Playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I was just playing this game recently, and look how beautiful it is. Look at that cinematic scene. I love it. This game, I found new life in this game. Oh, blowing that guy away. He was just minding his own business inside of his own house. He's got a roommate. Oh, shooting me, trying to aim. Bow, bow. And again, look at that cinematic slow-mo. My dude's pretty mean. I dress him in all black. This is a great scene. That it's a story that's, somewhat optional. You don't have to do it. But this guy's unhappy with his life. He wants these trinkets for you to find. Look at that. Look at that look on his face. Just like actually good cinematic acting in Red Dead Redemption 3. Way better than GTA. This makes one of the best games that have ever been made, in my opinion. It's not perfect. It's got faults. Gives him the broken gun. One of the faults is talking to people and shooting them is sort of the same button, and that can be problematic. I'm sure you'll see that in this video. But this guy is just so pathetic. They really drive home how pathetic he is, and then you get to make a choice here. Do I kill him? Do I not kill him? And I'll be honest, it's really easy to make an evil character, but I was trying to make a good character, so I was going to point his gun at him and say, nah, I think the worst thing to do to you is to actually let you live, so I just left. Look at the light bouncing off of everything. Really good ray tracing, if there is ray tracing on this game. Here's another scene that was just super random. We got these two guys. They're making moonshine, and this is another, fault of the game. It's just so easy to not do the right thing, because you just don't know. But, I'm not trying to claim that I know how to make alcohol or moonshine or anything, but they're like, you should go out and get us some ingredients put here in this distiller. So they have me give them some tobacco, and I've just never heard that before. Like, is that really going to make it taste good? It's not like tobacco tastes good unless it's a menthol. So I just I put it in there, right there, and then they're like, "Ooh, yippee, let's go try it." They start drinking it. Moment of truth. My guy's kind of dirty. That's a raggedy jacket he's got on, but I like the top hat. I usually like wearing the top hat. I go for the tricorn hat. That's a special hat that you can find, and I just really like the look of it. But I am so sick of everyone saying, is that a costume? Or they're just making fun of how I dress, So I just, I guess people didn't wear tricorn pyro hats back then. I don't know. I would like to wear the hat without being ridiculed by NPCs. So yeah, they're talking back to these hobos making moonshine. He's like, there's a bunch of flasks everywhere. So I'm like, where? And he's like, you can grab some flasks that we made. And I'm like, okay. And, if you played this game, you know that it's so easy to pick up things that don't belong to you, and then all of a sudden you're a thief. And it's like, no. So I'm looking for flasks. I'm like, these are bottles. They're not flasks. So I guess I don't know my moonshine category. And then boom, right there. I see a cartridge and a flask. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll take this flask. Hey, what the hell? They're all cussing me out. And now we got to kill. Now I have to kill them. Because they're about to shoot me. So maybe this storyline would have led to something more, but we're not going to find out in today's broadcast here on YouTube. So, not cool. And here we are. I wanted to rob this guy, but he pulls out his gun. Every time I try and rob people, they pull out his gun, and he When he stood up, he stepped on the fire himself. I didn't even have to shoot him, and this, what you're seeing right here, would have happened anyway. I got my new hat on. Very odd. Here's another random encounter. Another white supremacist Ku Klux Klan. I literally thought that these were religious figures at first. And I was just going to watch. And then I'm like, why is this priest dressed in all black and he looks like a wizard? Oh my god, this is the Ku Klux Klan, and then that shit happens. So funny. And of course you gotta talk to everyone that's alive. I usually greet or antagonize. I believe Arthur's like, they got what's coming to them. So after he said that, he called me an abomination. And I showed him what I thought about that right there. I'm like a mass murderer, psychopath, sociopath in Red Dead Redemption, but in real life I'm a super nice guy. Here are guys trying to open up a locked safe with dynamite. So I shoot them, and on accident, I accidentally shoot the dynamite and it blows everyone up.
Not a good plan, boys.
Sound effects are great in slow-mo, which I'm happy with. You know, this outcome, because the dynamite was meant to blow the safe open so you could steal the money. But look how gruesome these guys. His arm and leg are off. He looks like a victim of the Civil War. God, it's brutal. But I believe I got like $25, $35 out of this, which is in 1898 times. That's basically like, I don't know, $1,000 or something. Here's my tricorn hat. Love the tricorn hat. And all this lightning and shit happening during the storm. Just love the graphics on this game. And it's a very peaceful game. Like, if I'm stressed out, riding around... Oh, and these guys. I botched this entire... I wanted to shoot everyone. Look at that. I missed a shot there. I'm being shot at. I'm just kicking the shit out of them. I have a shotgun. I love the animation of when they get blown back to the wall and their head bounces off the wall right here. Boom, boom. That looks so realistic to me. Yeah. Tricorn hat again. Now this is brutal. I find this guy laying on the side of the road. Help me, partner, help me. And I thought it was like, oh, his snake bite, but no, his arm's all jacked up. God knows what happened to this guy. I'm like, oh, I remember this. So, this is what healthcare was like in 1898.
Right here. Sit him down in this chair.
I mean, just look at that tricorn hat. It's pimping, right? It's like really good. It's all on point. I like it. It matches with all my clothes. This doctor, I love how he's just covered in blood. Like, well, I guess not right now, but I get paid, and now he's like, there's a little bit about my payment, but we'll worry about that later. That is, healthcare hasn't changed since 1898. No gloves, just cross-contamination. He's probably got like syphilis on his hands, giving this guy syphilis in his open wound. I don't know if he was burned, but he gives him this big-ass shot in the muscle. Apparently that's anesthesia. No wonder the life expectancy was so short back then. This is back then in the 1800s and even the late 1800s. People had like 14 kids because 9 of them would die. It's just a numbers game. It's like and I love this doctor. You don't want to see this. Ugh. I tell you, when you watch this for the first time when you're playing this game, this is disturbing. And this pause he does as he looks at you, he doesn't say a word, just pauses, stares at you. This is fucking brutal and disgusting. Look at all the blood on his hands. They're like caked into his hands. And look at the hand is still moving. It's severed. Oh, God. Yikes. He's got blood covered all over his white shirt. I don't know if anyone has any experience in that. I do a little bit of hunting, and I've had blood-soaked clothes on me before. That's not a healthy thing to do. You don't want blood on your clothes. You're just asking for a health condition.
Well, you're in a bad way.
And in 1898, I'm sure, god damn, I would have been washing my hands with rubbing alcohol. But he tells you to leave like 50 times, so I just thought I'd stick around.
He's lucky.
Now, this is where the doctor's like, well,
He's lucky he just
it was either his arm or his life. I think he'll be happy. I'm like, do you know that, sir? You don't even know this guy.
Fred. He'll make it.
Cut off his left arm, too. I hope he wasn't a lefty.
Just let him rest.
It's like a 1 in 10 chance in that he's lefty. We went to the Braithwaite and this, whatever, they kidnapped a kid. This guy just commits suicide on the bed for some reason. Really unnecessary. And I know what you're thinking. How sadistic. This is a video game, so everything's fine. But I just thought what it would look like to shoot off all those limbs. Anyway, Red Dead Redemption 2, baby.